Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is race 6 of 25 here in season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, hosted on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition game on the PlayStation 3 console. Tyler McMurder, Jordan Green, Jerry Ashley, Brian Wiggins, Frank Edwards, Daniel Harmon, Caitlin Lohr, all leading them to the green flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. 20% distance of a real-life cup race, no cautions, no custom setups, even Steven, and you can't make any major mistakes. But your shot to win the race is out the window. McMurder the leader, Jordan Green second, Brian Wiggins in third. Brennan Gaughan, but it's Daniel Harmon in fourth. Driving the 62, much like the real-life NASCAR driver, Brennan Gaughan. Frank Edwards up on the outside, gets the job done, passes Jerry Ashley, and it's Caleb Lopez running in 7th, right behind those two. First pole of the season for Tyler McMurder, 25th career pole in the X2 Series, most all-time. However, many experts believe Jordan Green with 21 is going to surpass him for that. Jordan Green driving the Halloween 06 Chevy, very festive. Looking to the inside now, that is a battle for the race lead. Brian Wiggins came into this event as the favorite. He's running in third in that number 5 car. 3-car battle for the lead. Daniel Harmon in fourth. Watching the 3-car battle take place. The battle for 5th has settled down a little bit. Caleb Lopez in the 95 car settles into 5th. Brian Wiggins with a very bold move, cuts in between McMurder and Jordan Green, takes the 2nd position away. Pole sitter Tyler McMurder has led every lap since the drop of the green flag, but for how much longer? He's got 2 real fast drivers, fast cars, very nice paint jobs as well, right behind him. Brian Wiggins is one of the best NOSSCAR eSport race car drivers to never win a championship. Looking for one here in season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. $16 drivers in today's race at Texas Motor Speedway. After today, there are 19 races left in the season. A very unique points format here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. None quite like it. Out of the 25 races and however many starts you make in the season, only your 8 highest points totals from races, so essentially your 8 best finishes, will add up and will accumulate for your total points in the point standings. So it keeps the drivers all very, very close in the point standings, and every driver has a shot at the championship pretty much all the way down to the final race at Homestead. No playoff format, simply a unique points format. And it makes it one of the hardest championships to win in the world of NOSSCAR. The battle for the lead is still going on, and it's allowing Daniel Harmon in the 62 to close in on the front 3. And Caleb Lopez in the 95 car running in 5th place, closing in on all 4 of them. And there's a driver right behind Caleb running in the 6th position. We'll try to get a better look at that. I don't think we can. Look like a dark car. I believe it's Marcus Walter Brown in the 20 car running in the 6th position. The top 3 getting spread out just a little bit. Daniel Harmon running in 4th, still closing in. Oh, and contact with the outside wall for the race leader. And Brian Wiggins in the 5, the favorite to win the race, goes by on the inside. McMurder in 2nd, Jordan Green in 3rd. Daniel Harmon still running in 4th, Caleb Lopez in 5th. Out of the 16 drivers in the race. And that's a tough break for the pole sitter. Led every lap since the drop of the green flag and got out of the groove a little bit, up in the marbles and the loose stuff. Car traveled towards the outside wall more than he expected, made contact, and loses the race lead here at Texas Motor Speedway. It is the Texas 100. Brian Wiggins, your race leader. Jordan Green takes 2nd. And a tough break for the 7-time champion, winner of the Dover race a couple of races ago. And he nearly got the job done in the New York 100 at Watkins Glen. Jordan Green was able to get around him on the final lap. If you haven't seen the New York 100 yet, head to our channel and check out our videos list and you should be able to find it. One heck of a battle for the lead and for the win in the New York 100. And it looks like green flag pit stops have begun. Brian Wiggins in the 5 ducks onto pit lane. That leaves Jordan Green in the 06 car as your race leader. McMurder 2nd, Daniel Harmon 3rd. Love the paint job on that number 62 Chevy. The old school Cornflakes logo. Old Terry Labonte paint job as Tyler McMurder is now on pit road. Daniel Harmon stayed on the racetrack. And I believe Jordan Green stayed on the racetrack as well. So no bonus point for McMurder at this time. And I can't believe there's a pace car in the race, but somebody's paint job evidently did not load. Too many layers and too many sponsor decals will sometimes cause paint jobs, custom paint jobs, to not appear. And I believe that is what we're seeing there. Someone is evidently driving the pace car. And I believe it is Don Talinder. Don Talinder, who is in the number 99 car, making his debut here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. 16 drivers entered the Texas 100, 14 of them left on the racetrack. Brian Wiggins is your race leader. Daniel Harmon stayed out to lead a lap. That's a bonus point. Jordan Green in 2nd, Tyler McMurder in 3rd, Caleb Lopez in 4th, Daniel Harmon pitting and dropping now to the 5th position. We're going to take a break from commentary. You're watching race 6 of 25 here in season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Head over to NOSSCAR.com to see details at the bottom of the homepage on how to sign up for free and become a NOSSCAR eSport race car driver. Whether it be on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition, NASCAR Heat 2, NASCAR Heat 3, Formula 1, we've got a series for you. We're back here for the Texas 100 at Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag pit stop cycles continuing. Tyler McMurder was able to stay out that most recent time. One extra lap over Jordan Green to get himself a bonus point, which is crucial, especially here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, where it's determined that your total amount of points in the standings is determined by your 8 highest points totals from races. So a second place finish with a bonus point for leading a lap goes a long way if you can do it multiple times, especially. And a lot of drivers are on some very unique fuel mileage strategies. Drivers like Daniel Harmon and Caleb Lopez trying to stretch it as long as possible. Every single green flag run, every fuel run, they seem to add an extra 2 laps to their fuel than most of these other drivers, and they're doing that to try to reach the end of the race with 1 fewer pit stop than their competition. In the NOSSCAR X2 Series, where there are no cautions called, and when it is a 66 lap race at Texas Motor Speedway with ×3 fuel and tire wear, you gotta find ways to be fast without burning all that fuel. Brian Wiggins is your race leader. He came in as the favorite to win the event, and so far proving right. Jordan Green in 2nd, Tyler McMurder 3rd, Daniel Harmon in 4th, Caleb Lopez in 5th, Jerry Ashley in 6th, Frank Edwards in 7th, Matt Tetmayer in 8th, Caitlin Lohr in 9th, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. rounding out the top 10. 14 cars left on the racetrack out of the 16 that started the event. One of them pulled off due to a connection issue, disconnected from the race lobby, and another was involved in an on-track incident causing fatal damage to their race machine. A little over halfway done the Texas 100 here at Texas Motor Speedway. The majority of the front runners are quite spread out at this time. Brian Wiggins has about a 3-second gap on Jordan Green. And then it's another 9 seconds back from Jordan Green to Tyler McMurder. And then it is another 5-6 seconds roughly back to Daniel Harmon, who runs in fourth. Daniel Harmon and Caleb Lopez having a nice battle for fourth and fifth. Those two drivers can't seem to stay away from each other so far this season. Constantly always near each other on the racetrack battling, and it seems to always be inside the top 5. Oh, and that was the 99 car of Don Talinder, so evidently that means the pace car is not Don Talinder. We're getting a report that the pace car might be Marcus Walter Brown, who normally runs the number 20 car. Don Talinder currently scored in the 13th position, pulling off the track now for service. Hearing he may have had a tire going down. Remember, Don Talinder is making his debut here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. If you're a fan of NASCAR Heat 3 and racing in online leagues and competition on NASCAR Heat 3, join us Fridays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series. 3 races every Friday beginning at 8 o'clock. 13 to 18 drivers enter our races every Friday, and we would love it if you joined us. Free to sign up. Head over to NOSSCAR.com/Dirt Touring Series to learn more. Good gosh, green flag pit stops are beginning already here in the Texas 100. Everybody on a different cycle of pit stops, on a different fuel mileage strategy. Remember, you want to run fast enough to the point where you can make it on as few amount of pit stops as possible. But you don't want to be too fast to the point where you make one extra one and you don't win the race. And you also don't want to conserve too much and have half a tank left when you come to the checkered flag, knowing you could have ran a whole lot harder. There's a fine line to winning races and winning championships here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, and it's not easy to do. Brian Wiggins in the lead, Jordan Green second, Tyler McMurder third, Daniel Harmon fourth, Caleb Lopez rounding out the top 5. Going to take another break from commentary. You're watching NOSSCAR B Division Racing on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition on the PlayStation 3 console. And we're happy you're here. This is race 6 of 25 in the 2018 NOSSCAR X2 Series season, the 8th season of this series. Jordan Green makes his pit stop and exits pit road. McMurder now does the same. That's Don Talinder going a lap down in the 99 car. Heavy damage to the front end. Flames coming out the hood. We're surprised it's rolling. here, No Limits Texas. Texas 100 at Texas Motor Speedway on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. And there's a late developing story here. Your race leader, Brian Wiggins, in the number 5 car, might not be able to make it to the distance without having to pit one more time. He may have to make one more pit stop, grab a splash of fuel, but this would surrender the win to a driver that can make it to the finish. And we believe that Jordan Green in the 06 car, running in second, can make it to the end on fuel. And he has about a 12-second gap on the driver in third, who can also, we believe, make it on fuel, that being Tyler McMurder in the 84. So now the question becomes, can Brian Wiggins in the 5 save enough fuel and keep Jordan Green behind him to get his first win of the season? Second win of the season. Remember, Brian Wiggins, master of the mile and a half, won the Kansas 100 last week, 16-car event. However, we are proving here today that the fastest car on the track does not always win, especially in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Caleb Lopez dominated that Kansas race, finished in third that night. And we might be seeing the same thing unfold here at Texas Motor Speedway. Oh, and there was a car around back there on the back straightaway. We're going to have to see that again. I don't know who that was. Red and black machine there. We're getting a report that Brian Wiggins has run out of fuel. He is on pit road. Jordan Green crosses the line, and he is going to win the Texas 100 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Tyler McMurder, the pole sitter, in second. Daniel Harmon third. Caleb Lopez fourth. Jerry Ashley rounding out the top 5. Caitlin Lord, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Frank Edwards, Brian Wiggins, and Matt Tetney are rounding out the rest of the top 10. Getting a report that Brian got involved in a collision with a couple of cars one lap down on the final lap, and that's what dropped him outside of the top 5. Tough break for the driver who dominated this race. Thanks very much for joining us though, guys. 6 of the 25 races here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series season are in the history books. Jordan Green, first driver to have more than one win this season. Head over to NOSSCAR.com, scroll to the bottom of the home page to learn more about how to sign up and become a NOSSCAR driver. And we'll see you next week for the Bristol race, baby.